Hey there everybody, this is Christopher Brower here with Daily Motor, and today we are driving the 2021 Mazda CX-5 Signature. This CX-5 is powered by a 2.5-liter turbocharged four-cylinder engine with 250 horsepower and 320 foot-pounds of torque, as long as you are running 93 octane. This particular one is finished in the gorgeous shade of Soul Red with Caturra Brown interior. Absolutely gorgeous spec on this vehicle here. Over the years, the CUV market has been super diluted with just boring round shapes of nothing, but the CX-5 is a little bit different. It's a little sportier, it's a little bit more luxurious inside, it's a little bit more fun to drive, and it's just a really good all-around package. Let's take a look at the rear space as well. Of course, we have a power liftgate. Lots of room back here. If you are a car person that's transitioning into having a family and you absolutely have to buy a CUV, stick around, watch the driving portion of the CX-5 because I think that it might just be the one. As far as rear legroom goes, it's pretty impressive as well for a car in this segment. Got cup holders here, heated rear seats, which are in this. This is very interesting. This is the only car I've seen that has the heated rear seats in the little pull-down console here. Got inputs for USBs as well. Got vents back here. All that good stuff. The Caturra Brown is gorgeous. I'm sure it just looks black in this garage, but once we pull outside, you'll be able to see it's actually a dark brown color. You can see it a little here on the door panel as well, along with this polished trim and this matte wood material. Stitching all along the door panel, stitching here as well. Mazda makes great use of materials in all of their new interiors. It's really, really great to see. Something that is under 40 grand, this is top of the line, and comes in around 38,000. So for something that's under 40 grand, the use of materials in here is really great. So let's take this thing for a drive, see what it's like on the road, and answer the question of, is this the CUV if you're a car person and you have to have a CUV? Is this the right choice? First impressions while actually sitting in the CX-5, like I said earlier, the attention to detail with all these nice materials. You see the stitching here with the leather on the dash, the wood, the polished trim. Everything comes together so nicely in here. The contrast with the black, the super dark brown on these seats. Everything just looks awesome. We've got a black headliner as well, which looks really nice. Everything you touch and feel, the quality is nice. We of course now have the new 10-inch display as opposed to the old 7-inch, so that looks quite a bit better, quite a bit more modern. So let's go ahead and take this thing for a drive and see what it's really like. Very comfortable driving dynamics. The steering isn't too heavy or too light. Everything just kind of goes together so well. Fits together for someone that enjoys driving, for someone that's really not too interested in driving. This car is just a really great all-rounder. Mazda's been putting out some absolute home runs lately. Loved the Miata, loved the CX-30, and I'm really liking this CX-5. And that 2.5 turbo is mated to a 6-speed automatic, very standard for Mazda stuff with this engine. It's a good transmission. It isn't the best, but it is nice and smooth. We can also take manual control if we want by pushing the stick over to the left there. We've got paddles, or we can shift down there with the shifter. A little bit of tire squeal, but Mazda has done it right. You push down to go up and up to go down, which sounds backwards, but it's proper. Because if you think about it, in a manual transmission car, going from first to second gear, upshifting, you go down, but you know, a lot of people prefer the paddles anyways, so that doesn't matter too much. But it's a cool little thing that I notice when I'm driving cars like this. Speaking of racing influence with Mazda, there have been rumors of a straight 6 replacement, straight 6 rear-wheel drive replacement for the Mazda 6. So that alone tells me that Mazda cares. Mazda cares about enthusiasts. And that comes through in almost every car they make. And I'm seeing that in the CX-5 so far. I really do enjoy this car. Let's get back into auto. We have a little selector down here that is, I guess you could say, for drive modes, but it's really just a toggle switch for sport. So you can see we've got it in sport mode there. Sport mode really just holds gears a little bit longer, so it sticks you in a higher gear. Quite a lot of tire squeal. It was only 35 miles per hour. I think we should name these corners on our test route. What do you guys think? Comment down below what you want these corners to be named. Should get with Charlie on that and see if we can figure something out. Alright, let's put it back into comfort mode. The ride is very nice as well, which I'm sure you can hear. Some of the roads out here are dreadful, and some cars just bam, bam, bam over these bumps, but this one is soaking it up nicely. Yeah, see the super bumpy section there. Yeah. A little bit of turbo blow off sound there too. Probably can't hear it because of the dreadful road, but yeah, this 2.5 turbo with 250 horsepower, 320 foot-pounds of torque, you can really feel that. Of course, we're running 93 octane in the car, so we can get the maximum performance out of it. It's very impressive, this little thing. Before I drove this car, Chris and Charlie were telling me that it's really fantastic, and I was kind of doubting that because most cars in this segment are a little bit dreary, but this one isn't. For its segment, I would say it's probably the best bet. It sounds cool too. Oh man. Let's take it onto the highway here and see what it's like. Test out any of our... Ooh, look at this. We have an open entrance ramp. Very rare. Let's hit sport mode. A little understeer. Should put some better tires on this thing. Oh, they're screaming. Holding tight there at 60 though. Quick shifts. Oh yeah. Now, this thing is really great. It's a really good balance between comfortable, suitable car for everyday use, but also if you have that itch while you're driving the mom mobile, you can have a little bit of fun in this thing. Signs of a good car and signs of a good future, because, you know, eventually we'll all probably be driving these, and at least, you know, some of them have a little bit of soul and character that play around a little bit with them. As you can see, we do have Apple CarPlay, but not wireless, which is odd because the Miata that we drove a few weeks ago did have wireless, but it had the outdated infotainment system. But this has a new system with the new screen, but it still has wired CarPlay. It's very odd, but it is what it is. It's not too big of a deal. You can place your phone here in the cup holder, or if your cord's long enough, stick it down here. No wireless charger, but it's a little pad there for your phone. Mazdas always kind of remind me of BMWs when it comes to infotainment. We've got our little knob down here that controls everything. It's not a touchscreen, which can get irritating at times, especially when you're used to driving a car that has a touchscreen. It's very irritating. You have to use the knob, but you get used to it. Volume knob also in a little bit of a weird spot, but very standard for Mazdas. It's one of those things where you drive the car for a week and you don't even think about it once you're doing it. 38,000 is not bad at all in the grand scheme of things in this segment of car, especially when really you're not getting any interiors that are going to compare to this one unless you're going to like a BMW X3 or an Audi Q5 or something like that. So I mean, that alone, oh, big bump, handles it well. That alone is enough to just sell me on the Signature Series. Give me my budget luxury, and I will be happy. This Mazda CX-5 does it all, and it does it very well. It's nice to see that Mazda hasn't given up in the realm of still suiting people that care about driving. And a lot of manufacturers have. And I'm hoping that with that inline-six rear-wheel drive Mazda 6 that we've been somewhat promised, I'm hoping that that car is going to deliver as well. It'll really just complete the whole Mazda lineup. So then, if you were to ask me what my choice would be in this otherwise pretty dreary segment, I think I would say the Mazda CX-5. I guess that sort of sums up the review, because Mazda have built a car that should please everyone that goes to buy it. Because if you are considering one of these, you probably have a small family, or you need to haul small things, or maybe you just like to sit up high in a car. But no matter which one of those it is, you will be pleased with the CX-5 because it suits so many different driving styles and personalities. Good car that Mazda has made. CX-5, good car. CX-30, good car. Miata, of course, good car. It's always a good week here when we have a Mazda. So then, what do you think? Would you buy a CX-5, or would you buy something else, or would you not even buy an SUV? Let us know in the comments down below. And also comment, let's get those corners named. I think that'd be cool if we're doing this same test route over and over, to have those corners named so we could enthusiastically say the name of the corners as we're going around them. Might be a little cool addition. Here's that Soul Red out in the sun. Looks great. I think if I were to do something paint to sample that was not a Mazda, I would pick Soul Red, because I just love this color. Alrighty, well, if you've stuck around this long, thank you so much for watching. This has been Christopher Brower with Daily Motor, and as always, drive on.